Hey guys, it's Sarah and BookTubeAthon is over. This was my first time participating in BookTubeAthon, but it was so much fun. I had a really good time and I read not nearly as much as other people did. I was a little jealous when people were reading like 6 or 7 books. I only got through 2.5, but for me that's actually really good because my goal is 1 book a week and that's normal for me. So to read 2.5 in a week is, I almost doubled it. So I'm just gonna be proud of that. And one of them was actually really heavy. It wasn't a very long book, but it was heavy. So it took me 5 days to get through it. But it was really, really, really a lot of fun. And I am gonna definitely participate next time that they do BookTubeAthon. I think last year they did one during Christmas time, so if they do that this year again, then I'm gonna maybe try to do that as well. We'll see where I am, if we're traveling for our holidays or not. We're not sure yet. That's not important right now. What's important right now is what I read this week for BookTubeAthon. So here is what I read. I started with 100 Days of Happiness by Fausto Brizzi, and I was halfway through this when BookTubeAthon started. So I finished it. I finished the second half of this book in 1 day and really, really, really enjoyed it. I will have a full review up tomorrow of this book because this book is released tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that, but I loved this one. And then the second one that I read was To Kill a Mockingbird. So I'm just going to stroke it while I talk because I had never read this book. I was never assigned it in school by any of my teachers. My mom is still in shock that I was never assigned this book in school by any of my teachers. But she had been telling me for the longest time, you have got to read this book. It's one of my favorite books of all time. You have to read it, Sarah. You have to read it. Even my sister, who's younger than me, was like, I can't believe you haven't read that. Oh, but I finally did. It took me 5 days. I got most of my reading done with this one at nighttime when my girls were in bed and I had the concentration to be able to read it and I didn't get interrupted all the time because this is not something you can speed read through. It's very heavy, it's very dense, it's very thought-provoking, so you think about it as you're reading it. You have to kind of decipher some of the dialect in here because this is Deep South in the 30s, so it's very, the language you kind of have to figure out exactly what they're saying sometimes because of, their accent and stuff. But I may talk about this more in my wrap-up, so I don't want to take a ton of time today, but hands down the best book I've read of the year and very, very quite possibly one of the best books I've ever read in my entire life. So yeah, here's my dog, my Brody. He's saying hi apparently. So, so good. Okay. So after I finished this, I went ahead and picked up my Kindle, and I am currently reading This Little Piggy Went to the Liquor Store by A.K. Turner. This is our book club pick of this month. I'm in a local book club here with some of the spouses group. My husband's in the military, so we have a spouse group that does a book club. And I just recently joined it in the past couple months, so that's what we're reading right now. I am currently 70% of the way through it as of last night, so I'm planning to finish it tonight. It's a very quick read, so I'm positive I can finish it tonight, no problem. But yeah, so total for BookTubeAthon, I got through 2.5 books, and I read a total of 604 pages, which for me is good. And then, I had better reading days than others, but, this weekend we had plans both days, and then one night my husband and I just watched TV all night, so I didn't read. But for me, that's pretty good. It's pretty good considering how busy we kind of were this week, and then my children like to ask me for things as soon as I open a book. So that's it. Okay, so for the rest of the month of August, my TBR has changed a little bit from what I originally planned because I forgot that, actually I didn't forget. After I filmed my August TBR, this thing popped up and then I rushed to join it. But it is a new book club that has been started by Reagan at Peruse Project and Sasha from A Book Utopia. Those two girls are two of my favorite YouTubers. As soon as they post a video, I'm all over it. And they decided to join forces and they started a monthly book club. So they picked one for this month. It's the first month doing it. So I joined the club on GoodReads and I'm going to read the book along with them. And they're going to have the live show on September 7th, so I want to make sure I get this read before then. And the book is called Rook, and it's by Sharon Cameron, and this is a new release. It just came out in the past month or two, I think. And I think that it's a fantasy. I don't know if it's like I think it might be kind of a dystopian-ish, but there's magical elements in it as well. That's all I kind of know. I'm kind of going into this pretty blind, so that's usually a good way to go into a book. But I am going to be reading that, so as soon as I finish what I'm going to finish up tonight, then I will be starting that either tonight or tomorrow for sure. So I'm excited to read that. And then there's only 2 more weeks of this month, you guys. Like, where is August going? But so I'm going to read Rook, and then after that I'm going to read Black Earth by Timothy Snyder, which I had planned to read for BookTubeAthon. It just didn't happen. To Kill a Mockingbird took a lot more time than I thought it was going to. So I do need to read that, though, because I got it from NetGalley for review, and it comes out on September 8th. So I really would like to try to get that read beforehand so I can do a review on it. So yeah, we'll see. And I have another one from NetGalley coming out in the beginning of September, and it's really long, so I just don't know if that's going to happen like right in time for the release. It might be a little bit afterwards, but we'll see. So Rook and Black Earth are going to be my focuses for the rest of this month. I did pick 2 TBR books out of my jar as well, which are The Queen of the Tearling and A Long Way Down by Nick Hornby. So I don't think those are going to happen this month, but I'm going to save them for next month. They're on my nightstand right now waiting for me to pick them up. I have physical copies of both of those, so those will probably be September. But that's okay. I'm excited to read both of them. Okay, I think I babbled enough. That's it. So BookTubeAthon was so much fun, and I just want to thank Ariel and all the other hosts and the hosts of the sprints that were so much fun. I actually ended up subscribing to a few new people that I had never heard of on BookTube through all this stuff, so it was fun. And I just really, really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was really organized, and it really motivated me to read as much as I possibly could. It got me excited too. So, yay! So next time BookTubeAthon comes around, I am definitely going to be participating as long as my schedule will allow it. And yeah, so that's it for me today. I'm going to get reading the rest of this month for sure. But come back tomorrow because I'm going to have a full review up of 100 Days of Happiness because it releases tomorrow. And then also next week I'm going to have another review up for a book that I read for review that I really, really enjoyed as well. So I will definitely have both of those coming up here soon. Okay, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.